Welcome back. Great to have you with us on Primetime Business News. These results have been pending for a very long time. South African Airways now saying it expects to break even in 5 years' time. The national carrier reporting a loss of R1.5 billion for the 2015-2016 financial year. That is lower than the R5.6 billion loss made in the previous year. In its briefing after its annual general meeting, the cash-strapped airline says it expects to continue making losses to only break even in 2021.
Total income for the year was 30.4 billion rand. The airline reduced its loss during the financial year. SAA says the results benefited from the decline in fuel price, lower impairment costs and foreign exchange gains. It says the depreciation of the rand countered gains from the drop in oil prices. It managed a 1.1 billion rand cost saving. It says most savings were made from negotiations of extensions of aircraft leases at lower rates.
Our revenue is flat. The passenger numbers did not increase as we anticipated. There's a tight competition, especially in the domestic market, where we've seen an entrance of low-cost carriers, which came and diluted the average fares. And also, because of the lower fuel price, it also reduced the fuel levies. Another thing that we, as management and the board, are also looking at in terms of the effects that are contributing to the losses is the business model. Because when you look at our costs, 60% of operating costs are in hard currency, meaning in foreign currency denominated, while only 40% of the revenue is in hard currency. So there's a 20% exposure, but we're looking into that.
SAA says the reduction in the losses shows the airline has started on the path of relative stability. It says this sets the stage for the implementation of its long-term turnaround strategy.
The board and shareholder recognize that the trend of reporting losses cannot persist and that urgent radical actions are required. To mention but a few, these include stabilizing the liquidity position of the airline, embarking on the cost containment, maybe aggressively, reviewing the route network, improving the staff morale.
SAA says it will be reviewing its turnaround strategy in the first week of December with its new board. It says it has signed a compact with the National Treasury as the shareholder, and they will be meeting regularly to assess key performance areas. Gloria Sefakomosi, SABC News, Johannesburg.